You are not broken for feeling lost. There is a moment that happens quietly, usually late at night or early in the morning, when the world feels far ahead of you. The phone glows. The ceiling is familiar. Time passes without permission. In that moment, it feels like everyone else is moving and you are standing still. This is where underdogs are born. Not in victory, not in celebration, but in silence. Pain does not announce itself loudly. It settles in routines. It hides in scrolling, in sleeping too long or not sleeping at all, in telling yourself you will start tomorrow. This chapter is not here to comfort you. It is here to tell you the truth. The fact that you are still here means the work is not done. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is not a sign that you should stop. Pain is a signal that you are in the process. Every person who has built something real has had seasons where effort returned nothing. No applause. No money. No validation. Pain teaches discipline when motivation disappears. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. When you wake up and do the work without feeling inspired, you are building something stronger than excitement. You are building reliability. Pain sharpens focus. It strips away fantasy and forces you to deal with reality as it is. If you learn to work while it hurts, you become dangerous in a world that only moves when it feels good. Success is not luck. Luck is the excuse used by those who did not stay long enough. Success looks sudden only to people who did not see the years underneath. What you call luck is repetition. What you call talent is obsession practiced daily. The world rewards patterns, not wishes. When someone finally sees you, it is because you made yourself impossible to ignore. Success is a delayed response to consistent behavior. If you keep showing up, the outcome must change. Not because life is fair, but because systems respond to pressure applied over time. You do not need to believe in luck. You need to believe in math, the invisible years. There are years no one claps for. Years where progress is internal. Years where the scoreboard does not move but the player changes. These are the years that determine everything. When you train with no audience, when you study without praise, when you work with no immediate reward, you are separating yourself from the crowd. Most people quit here. They mistake silence for failure. They confuse slow growth with no growth. But roots grow before trees rise. If you abandon the process because it is unseen, you will never experience the moment when it becomes undeniable. You versus you, your real competition is not other people. It is the version of you that wants comfort over progress. The version that negotiates with discipline. The version that wants results without routine. Every day you either strengthen that version or weaken it. Small choices compound. One workout skipped becomes a habit. One hard conversation avoided becomes a pattern. One day of focus becomes momentum. You do not rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. Build systems that force you forward even when your emotions pull you back. When nothing is working, there will be times when you do everything right and nothing improves. This is the most dangerous phase because it tests belief. This is where underdogs either disappear or evolve. When nothing works, you simplify. You return to fundamentals. You focus on controllables. You measure effort, not outcome. Progress is not always visible, but decay is guaranteed if you stop. Staying consistent during droughts is what creates floods later. This is where most stories end, but yours does not have to. This is the point where the excitement is gone and the results are still missing. The phase where the alarm rings and your body is heavy. Where effort feels unpaid. Where progress feels imaginary. This is not a failure point. This is a filter. Life is checking how serious you are. At this stage, motivation stops visiting. You wake up tired, scroll without thinking, and tell yourself you will push later. Meanwhile, somewhere else, someone just as tired stands up anyway. Not because they feel better than you, but because they decided discipline would speak when emotions go silent. this is where underdogs separate themselves. Not with intensity. With consistency. Doing the same small work on bad days. Average days, and days that feel pointless. This is the grind nobody posts. The pain nobody claps for. The effort that looks stupid until it suddenly looks smart. If you are here, you are closer than you think. The reason it feels heavier is because you are carrying more weight than before. Strength is being built quietly. Stay. This is the moment that decides everything. The discipline of showing up is not glamorous. It is repetitive. It is boring. It is lonely. But it is powerful. Showing up teaches your nervous system that you can be trusted. It builds self-respect. Confidence is not loud. It is quiet certainty built through kept promises to yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, you deposit into that certainty. One day you will realize you no longer need motivation because momentum carries you. The underdog advantage, being underestimated, is an advantage. No pressure to perform. No image to protect. Freedom to experiment, fail, and adjust. When you are overlooked, you can build in peace. Use this phase to master your craft. To sharpen your thinking. To increase your capacity. When the spotlight eventually finds you, you will not be surprised. You will be prepared. Power built quietly lasts longer than power gained quickly. Sacrifice without announcement. Real sacrifice is invisible. It is saying no when no one is watching. It is choosing rest over distraction, focus over noise, long-term gain over short-term relief. You do not need to broadcast your grind. You need to honor it. Let results speak later. Every hour invested now saves years later. The pain you endure intentionally today prevents the pain of regret tomorrow. Mental toughness is trained. Mental toughness is not personality. It is practice. It is learned by staying present in discomfort instead of escaping it. When your mind tells you to stop, that is information, not a command. You can observe fatigue without obeying it. Each time you stay, you extend your threshold. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes normal. This is how resilience is built. Not through hype, but through exposure and repetition. When you feel behind, feeling behind is common among people who are ambitious. Comparison steals clarity. Someone else's timeline has nothing to do with yours. You do not know their costs. You do not know their shortcuts. Focus on alignment, not speed. Moving fast in the wrong direction is failure disguised as progress. Move correctly. Move consistently. Time will handle the rest. Identity before outcome. Do not tie your worth to results. Tie it to behavior. Decide who you are regardless of outcome. Someone who trains. Someone who learns. Someone who finishes what they start. When identity is solid, outcomes follow. When identity is fragile, outcomes control you. Become the kind of person for whom effort is automatic. Success then becomes a side effect, not a chase. The long game, nothing meaningful is built quickly. The long game requires patience, humility, and endurance. You must be willing to be misunderstood for long periods. You must accept delayed gratification. But the long game always favors those who stay. Trends fade. Discipline remains. Noise disappears. Substance survives. If you commit to the long game, you win by default because most people will not stay. Keep going. You are allowed to be tired. You are not allowed to quit on yourself. Rest if you must. Adjust if needed. But do not abandon the path because the view is unclear. The way reveals itself only after movement. Stay in the pain. Not because pain is noble, but because growth demands pressure. This is not about luck. This is about work done quietly, consistently, and relentlessly. Keep going. Not because it is easy, but because stopping costs more than continuing. Identity before outcome. Do not tie your worth to results. Tie it to behavior. Decide who you are regardless of outcome. Someone who trains. Someone who learns. Someone who finishes what they start. When identity is solid, outcomes follow. When identity is fragile, outcomes control you. Become the kind of person for whom effort is automatic. Success then becomes a side effect, not a chase. The long game. Nothing meaningful is built quickly. The long game requires patience, humility, and endurance. You must be willing to be misunderstood for long periods. You must accept delayed gratification. But the long game always favors those who stay. Trends fade. Discipline remains. Noise disappears. Substance survives. If you commit to the long game, you win by default because most people will not stay. Keep going. You are allowed to be tired. You are not allowed to quit on yourself. Rest if you must. Adjust if needed. But do not abandon the path because the view is unclear. The way reveals itself only after movement. Stay in the pain. Not because pain is noble, but because growth demands pressure. This is not about luck. This is about work done quietly, consistently, and relentlessly. Keep going. Not because it is easy, but because stopping costs more than continuing.